and welcome, guitar players. Well, today we're talking about something completely different, which is light. This light from Lightboks. Why? There's two reasons. First of all, many times when I went to the Thomann website, I looked at this and I was like, that's cool. I would like to check that out. It's a little bit expensive. I don't know. Should I buy this? Should I buy this? I buy a lot of expensive lights. You might have seen my videos on lights. So I've had my eye on this as I want this gassing thing for a while. And then my friend from Thomann contacted me and said, hey, we need a video for Lightboks. Are you? I'm like, yep. He's like, could you? Yep. How much? Yep. So he asked me how much it is. And I stupidly said, nothing. I don't charge anything, but send me 3 and please let me keep them. That's the deal. So, okay. What is this?
Oh, Soundbox, baby.
What?
You keep saying Lightboks?
This is Lightboks.
It says Soundbox on it.
From the company Soundboks. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I thought these would be great for when I do my produced tracks, which you might have seen, my little songs, having them behind me, doing mood lighting in the room that I can control, having them on me, doing like flashy disco kind of stroby things for action metal things. Can they do that? This is the big question. Or what the crap is this? Okay, I'll tell you. I thought that you can control each of these 7 lights with an app, and you can say, I want these lights, or that there's also then maybe a music mode where they respond to music in certain patterns, or that you could say, do the whole thing in green, go, like you would with a studio light. And I've got some here, for example, back there. I'm going to show you right here. That's a cameo light, and you can control them. But the way you control them is with DMX. What's DMX? It's kind of like XLR cables. You can also have wireless DMX, which we use here. And then you have, it's like MIDI. And then you have a controller. And from that, you run cables to each individual light, and each individual light gets an address, like a MIDI channel. And then from the controller, you can control the lights. That is expensive. The controller we have from Wolfmix is, I think, $700. And really, we only use it to change colors. I mean, we're using about 2% of what that thing can do. But if you want to set up stuff like this, it's complicated. Setting it up in my office when I'm recording tracks is annoying. So I thought something like this with app control would be super cool. But that's not what this is made for. It's actually made for something completely different. And so it still makes sense to maybe show you what it's made for, because I think if you are in the market for what it's made for, could be good. Can you misuse it for content creation like I do? Yes, with some compromises. And we'll talk about that. So this really can't be set up to be one color. You can't even control each one individually. It actually only reacts to music. Before we go into anything else, I'll show you how it arrives. There's really not much in the box, but still, here we go.
All the tape, crack the seal, cardboard dust on the floor, little sticker on the side, been waiting at my door. Light in a box, turn the dark to confetti. Click, hum, pop, now the whole room's ready. Spinning on the ceiling, colors chasing the clock. We were stuck in a Tuesday, now it's wild from a light in a box.
So, as I talk, I'm going to throw in some product shots here. And the one thing I'm going to have to say over and over again, you will see a little bit of lines. You'll see some black lines in the light, especially when it hits the camera directly. This is related to the camera shutter speed. And that's the problem. These are not video lights. A video light has a different repeat rate. I don't want to say frame rate, but let's say. So the light has a higher light frame rate. I don't know what it's called. And when you have a video light, which is why video lights are very expensive, and you will not see, like, look in the back, you will not see any kind of lines. But the lights I have here are very expensive. Now with these, they're made honestly for party. They will only work with music. They will only react to music. You can't do anything else other than it reacts to music, and even how it reacts. You can't really switch different programs and say, make it a strobe. This thing can fucking strobe, and it's awesome. But it can only do auto mode. And why? Because they want people to just have fun and not think about lighting. This is from the company Soundboks with B-O-K-S box. You can see it there. And they have a big ass, rugged, indestructible Bluetooth speaker starting at $799 that actually is on the level where, as a DJ, you can drag that around with you and you don't need the big PA and the mixer and all that stuff. Plug into this big ass Soundboks Bluetooth speaker, or speaker, mobile speaker. It's about this big, you know, it's a big ass box, and it'll pump the bass into your party. Oonch, 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 oonch. Okay? And they say, well, why don't we have a light that's as easy to use? Which means they've removed everything that you would want in terms of control and made it so that you put one on your main speaker. It picks up the audio from that. Then you sync to the other ones, and Bob's your uncle, there's a party. And then you say whether you want it to be colors that are just shifting a little bit, that's the chill mode, dance, where it's doing thing, or a rave, where it's but in lights, right? So there's really only these three modes, which you can select right here. So you could just turn that on, no app ever, bright, less bright, click, click, click. In the chill mode, I think you got 5 or 6 hours of battery life. Battery powered, charges with USB. Really cool. In the dance mode, I think you got up to 8 hours. And in the rave mode, where the lights are more flashy and not constantly on, up to 10 hours. I would say, who's got a 10-hour party? My brother, he's got weekend-long parties. And he's actually the, you know, I have my house full of people and we do techno all day so bad that Leslie's house, which is right next to his, the bedrooms, hard to sleep there. The idea here really is, it is massively simple. Now, in here, we have a frame rate, as you can clearly see, that you see the black lines. In the office, I did some tests. If you go down to 25 frames a second, so, or shutter speed 1/25, you can get it so that the lines are less noticeable. Completely gone? No. Now, usually when you do video, the recommendation is go twice your frame rate. So if our frame rate is 25p, 25 frames a second, I should go to 50. Now I compromised a bit in the last couple of days and I went to the 25, which isn't ideal, but at 25, you can use this as a creator background light. Not perfect. Sometimes you see a little bit of lines, but acceptable. But these things deliver when it comes to frickin' party. They absolutely do. You can't do much, but you can put them at a party, crank up the music, and Bob's your uncle. You have amazing atmosphere. I wish there was more options for the creator, but that's not what they were made for, right? And if you go oonts, 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 oh no, we gotta rave. Oonts, 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 oonts. I don't know, you know, make sounds. That you can see everything I'm doing triggers it. Loud music will trigger it, and now it goes crazy. You can't actually pick any programs. You can pick a little bit of the color range you want, but what it does exactly, it's all automated. And the whole idea is that it's automated so that you put it at a party, you don't have to think about it. Which means for someone like me who wants control, not ideal. So let's do a couple of things, and I'll show you a couple of things. First of all, as a creator in the background in chill mode, If you go to 25p, that's what that looks like. So you can see here, I did a whole bunch of rants and I had them behind me, and you can clearly see that it works. And if you really concentrate, maybe on the right, maybe depending on the color that's going, you can see maybe a little bit of lines, but it is acceptable, right? Now, if we go to rave mode and we're doing metal, and we go really overboard, careful, by the way, for people with epilepsy, the next part of the video is not recommended for you. So I'll show you this. Okay, I did another one where it's not really on me, but behind me. And I went to the dance mode. I think chill, dance and rave automatically kind of tells you, look, this is not for the rock and roll people. When it really could be. So check out what that looks like. Whoa, see, now it goes crazy. You can't control it, but it's still cool. So honestly, on the first night, I put it into my brother's house and told him, do what you usually do. And there were obviously no people, nobody was dancing or whatever, but here's what it can look like in a normal house doing the normal thing. Look, if you're a DJ and you're having regular parties, or you're going to parties, or you're like my brother and you like to have the dance, techno, EDM thing, this is killer. Of course, at technically $299, at Thomann, I think $239 a piece. You're looking at quite a bit of an investment, but it absolutely will change the complete atmosphere of a party. Another way this could be used could be on stage for you as a personal lighting system. Let's say the band, each band member buys one of these, and instead of the big lighting system with big stands, I mean, stuff like this. This needs power. This needs DMX. This needs programming. This needs stands. I have this, and you know what? I never used it because it's pretty damn annoying. If each band member gets one of these, you sync them, you could have an atmosphere on stage within a minute, not as customizable as you would want. You can't say singer always gets just a bright light and so on. No, it's always on auto mode. But it could be really, really cool. Now, I love that you can put it down like this. So you can put it on this foot. This is also a nice handle. And there's rubber right here. Then it stands like this. There's also rubber here, so you can actually put it down like this, and you can see it angles. So you can actually angle against the ceiling, but it is not straight up. It is actually a little bit angled into a corner, something like this. There are definitely options. This is all rubber, so I'm pretty sure if I drop this, nothing's going to happen. Do I want to try? No. This is solid plastic. This is rubber, so it will bounce. Rubberized here, and it is actually Is it IP65? I don't know. Which means it can rain on the sucker. Not a problem. You can have this at an outdoor party, and when the rain starts, this is safe. Now, with up to 10 hours of battery life, rain safe, all that stuff, I like it. I wish it didn't do the flickery lines thing, right? So compatibility with cameras, an issue. And I'll show you the app. I wish the app would let me customize. It wouldn't hurt anyone if it customized. However, that's not the idea of Soundboks, in this case, Lightboks. The idea is plonk, on, go away, party time. At a party, and we did this test as well, light is a lot cooler when you have fog. How do they do when you fog it up? Here we go. Now, obviously, it's not a party unless you have some guy in the light, in the fog, making an ass of themselves, thinking they got cool dance moves and trying to show them off when they're not. And we tested that as well.
Come on, strike a chord. Let it all out now. Don't want no sweet hardcore. From long for so much more. Can't stand the sirens call. I rock this lost more gold. The mayhem never stops.
Okay, so the last thing to do is actually show you the app. As I said, chill, dance, rave. You can change the intensity. That's all you do. But if I turn on the others, you can connect them with the app. Then you pair them. It is not the Lightboks app. It is the Soundboks app. Takes you a while to find that. So right now you can see all three are already connected. Connection is relatively simple. You would have to register them, I think, and you can see one of them, the top one here, updates already done. The other two need upgrades. I didn't do that yet because downloading the update for some reason takes like 15 minutes. Upgrading it takes another 10. And then when you want to do the next one, you have to download the upgrade again. When you want to do the next one, it doesn't save it. It doesn't say, oh, by the way, do you want to upgrade all of them? It's not the most advanced software in the world. So you can see we got all of them. Let me see which one is this. That's not the one. That's not the one. I'm going to go with, it's this one. Yep. So that's a 6407. I can go, and I could turn that off now. The only problem is the app, it turns off and it's actually really turned off. It's not just like turn the light off. No. Then it's really gone, and the only way to get it back is physically turn it on the light. It's a bit annoying. I don't like it. So if you want it off in terms of the lights not flashing, you actually just go to 0. I'm not used to that from Bluetooth lights. I have loads of Bluetooth lights. When you go turn off, you can always turn back on with the app. Important to know. So you go to team up. This is now the host, meaning it will use its mic, right? Team up start. And now they actually all react to the host's mic. So if I you know, you know, EDM. You see, they're in sync. Woo! Cool. What can I do? I can change. Here we see chill, up to 5 hours, dance up to 8 hours, and rave up to 10 hours. So you can switch between those 3 modes. There should be a shit ton more modes. Why isn't there just a strobe mode? I mean, the potential is there. the software doesn't yet let you reach that potential. And then I can go bearbeiten, which means, settings. Can't really do fuck all here. If I click that, you have individual control over the lights again. Well, that's not what I want. If you go to color, yep, there are some settings here. So let's do this. And now it will stay within that color range between bluish and purplish. But I can't just say purple. I can't just say do this, stay on that, all of them on. No, they will always kind of react. We're going to go to chill. Okay. And now we can see the colors a bit clearer. Now it's bluish and green. Okay. There's a couple of options here. But there's always movement. This is the more chilly mode. I don't really see, there's lines. It's not so bad. I think we had the right frame rate here. But that's all you can do. It bugs me because I want this product to do more. However, it does exactly what it's intended to do. Put it down at a party and have a good party. Problem is, I'm 50, I don't party. My brother does. So, standard, again, does everything. So since I don't party and I got the lights in trade for the video, likelihood is I will use them in my tracks as background because that works. My brother will borrow them for his weekend-long techno parties, which he's absolutely welcome to do. So I will thank Toman for this, I think, really cool product, especially the waterproofness, how you handle them, and you can carry 3 of them actually 4 of them at a time. Don't believe me? I'll show you. You could carry 3 in one hand, and then 3 in the other. So you can carry 6 at a time up to the gig. And with 6, you're lighting a rather nice and big room. Absolutely works. Well, oh God, what's it doing? That's it. Lightboks. I now have them. If you are in the market for these things because you want to party, yep. You want to use them for content creation. You want to use them for your gigs with your band. You can, but you have to know that you don't have a lot of control. I hope that at some point they add more control to it. That being said, I will link below. Thank you, Toman, for sending these to me. You're not getting them back. That's the deal. And we put animals at the end, as always.
Last goodbye. But every time you want it, you make my world disappear. Maybe you make me lose the ground. You got me head over heels. You put a spoke in my wheel. You turn my universe upside down and downside up and upside down and downside up and upside